Hello friends, today let us see the third part of the video series on why do marriages fail. Part 1 we saw about the concept of true love, and part 2 it's basically about the love between the couples, and part 3 we will be moving on to the family concept of family, that is love in families. How can we sustain families? How can we can make the families a beautiful place? Okay, like in the sense, like how can we make a house a real home? So that is what we are going to see in this video. Okay, now let me say, there are 5 main points that I'm going to discuss with you all. This is taken from the book, a very old book written by Gary Chapman, and the title of the book is the 5 languages, the 5 love languages. The first point is nothing but the usual thing that we say about communication. So this communication comes everywhere because it is so important. Communication. So when we are going to talk about communication, we have to know that there are two types of communication: verbal and non-verbal. And as the word itself says, verbal means something that we express through words, and non-verbal is not expressed through words but through other ways. Okay. Now, for example, we are telling, I hate you, or I love you, and I like you, and then all these are expressed through words. So we can understand what my children are going through, what my husband or everybody is going through. But in the normal conversation, in our daily conversation or anything that happens in our family, only 30% is verbal. People express only 30% verbally. Everybody, you and me, everybody. If we analyze, we can see that 70% of what we are thinking, we are communicating to others non-verbally only. For example, the tears. Tears is a non-verbal expression of something that I am undergoing, of the hurt that I am having, of the dislike that I am having with you. Maybe I will not be able to tell you openly that I hate you, but it may be through my anger, it may be through my eye contact, or it may be through my silence, or through my tears, or my disinterest in doing things. All these are communicating things to us non-verbally. So we have to be in a family, the parents especially, and everybody, we have to be very observant about not just the verbal expressions but the non-verbal expressions of the people around. What the book actually tells us, the first point is speak affirmatively. Affirmatively means positively. Okay, so in parenting there are actually 3 types of parenting: authoritative and passive and assertive type of parenting. Okay, so the authoritative type of parenting, people actually, they try to bring up the family. They have rules, laws, and then they ask the children to follow that because it's all for their good, but they don't give any explanation why it is so. And but that is one kind of a parenting which actually is not that approved. And there is another type of parenting which is called passive, wherein they give allowance for everything. The children, they can do anything. Everybody can do anything, whatever they want. A very flexible type of thing, without any kind of set rules or laws or discipline or anything, which is again not approved and not good. Rather, there is an assertive type where we have rules, we have discipline, something that they have to follow, but it is being explained to them. So what I'm trying to say here is that the best type of parenting is this assertive type of parenting, where the parents as well as the children can express affirmatively. Affirmatively means like assertively that this is wrong, this is right, and without hurting other sentiments. Okay, so the book actually tells the first point as speak affirmatively. Okay, you correct them. That doesn't mean that you have to correct them. If some mistake is done by your children, doesn't mean that you have to say it's okay, all fine, or in the sense of speaking affirmatively. You'll have to correct it with then and there, but then you'll have to say, okay, no problem, you have done a mistake, it happens, but then see to it that you take care of it. It's all fine, it's okay, I love you. So every thing that happens, correction should take place, disciplining should also be there, and at the same time speaking affirmatively should also go side by side. Now this is what the book actually focuses on. So the first point is about communication, speaking affirmatively, along with proper way of correcting the people. And the second point what Gary Chapman says is that give quality time. Give quality time. Now, what do you mean by quality time? It's not the number of hours that you spend with your children. I know a lot of parents who actually, give up their career and sacrifice and say that I have to spend my time with my children. It's all fine. But again, there are a lot of people who actually go on with their career and they balance it very well. So they balance it and they are able to give quality time to the children as well. So this is what, see, for example, there are children who actually, the parents will say, no TV, nothing, everything, switch off. You have to go sit and continuously sit and study the whole day. You think that the children are studying, and finally when you see the marks, we will be thinking that child was sitting for 10 full hours and why did he not get marks? So it's not the point of the number of hours, whereas few kids, okay, they watch TV, they have only few hours they spend, but they spend it with full focus and full concentration. Now this is called as quality. So it's not the number of hours or number of, what we are, it's not enough that the parents are present at home. They should be qualitatively present. They must be able to observe. Now I'll tell you some tips for how to improve the quality time, how to focus on the quality of the time that we are spending with our kids. Some tips are actually prioritizing the needs. See, every parent, everybody has got a lot of work. So we have to prioritize. We have to see when this is the family time. This is the time that I have to be with my kids. And that office work should not come over here. And so at the same time, family should not go to the office. So the same, we have to prioritize, our needs, and children also should be able to understand that. So that is important. And attending functions with everybody. So that is also very, very important. Praying with everybody, discussing things with everybody. See, these are the quality times. So you cannot think that, only me and my wife alone will discuss. My children, let them not. This is the time that you can call everyone and discuss even bigger things. It's okay, discuss with them. That time you can understand what they are really thinking, what kind of a personality they are. You will be able to understand them more and they'll be able to understand you. This is called as quality time. So discussing things with everyone, attending functions with everyone, going outings with everyone. So these are all the things that we have to, praying, playing, and lot of things with everyone. Okay, though you give that little time for that, that together will give you a quality time. You need not compromise on your career, your job or anything. Can still be a good parent if you are able to focus on giving the quality time. So that is the second point that we are talking about. And the third point is giving gifts. See, it's not that big gifts or anything. It's not the size of the gifts. It's small gifts with a purpose or even without a purpose. They will be happy because my mommy thought about me, my daddy thought about me. And even the kids, if they are going to get some gift again, the parents will be very happy. Oh, my children thought about me, right? So that mindfulness brings that bonding. So therefore, giving small gifts then and there with or without a purpose really means a lot for everyone. Now, this is something that we have to understand. A small tip I would like to give you is that not only we'll have to teach our children to follow this. Many a times our children go out with their friends or in the school as excursion, picnics or whatever. We'll be giving them some pocket money. As parents, we have to really tell them that it's not enough that you buy everything for you and eat and come. You will have to think of people at home. You have to think and plan and buy gifts for each and every person, your grandfather, your uncles or whoever it is, your friends. So this is inculcating that quality of, so even if it is a small thing, the children will be thinking what to give my daddy, what to give my grandfather, and they will be trying to choose. So that mindfulness they will develop. So which is a very important quality which we have as a responsible parents, we'll have to teach our children also. So we have completed 3 points, right? And the fourth point is physical touch. Physical touch. This is very, in Indian families, in Indian scenario, this is very skeptical in fact. The touch itself is something seems to be, not so good. Okay, there is a time that once the children grow up, then boys, girls are separated. Even some of the families we find the fathers will not touch their daughters and all because they think that no, the touch has to end. No, actually, it's not so. Touch is very, very assuring. There is nothing assuring us like that of a touch. A small hug, a kiss, a pat on the shoulder, holding hands. It means a lot. It communicates so many things. It gives a lot of comfort and consolation to the person. So touch is very important and we'll have to cultivate that in our families. Now, as I'm telling that, I'm just, see, when we have families wherein the parents do not, fathers do not touch their daughters after a particular time or whatever. I have to tell about my father-in-law over here, who in fact, in-laws and daughter-in-laws, that is very difficult. That we have never heard about it. But whenever we go and come back for as receiving or sending, my father-in-law will kiss on my forehead, which is something was very assuring. Even now, when I'm thinking of that, I'm thinking that really brings a lot of bonding. So I'm just giving an example that to see to it that touch is important, and we'll have to cultivate it among ourselves. That's nothing bad in it. And the last point is acts of service. Acts of service means everyone, parents, uncles and children, we'll have to do small acts of service. Okay, give an example: birthday celebrations, anniversary celebrations. So these celebrations are actually, we have also have Women's Day, we have Children's Day. So these are just days for us to do some. It reminds us to do something for them. For example, when we say Mother's Day, the children will say, "Mother, today you're not going to work anything. We are going to cook for you." It's a small acts of service. Okay, nowadays it is becoming a trend that everybody wants to kind of book hotels and everything. No, that's not what I mean by acts of service. Acts of service are very small things, subtle things that we do. So all these five put together, given in equal proportion, will make a family, a happy family, a peaceful family. And what is the result of when the families are happy? We will have a happy generation. We will have a beautiful, healthy generation. So this is the purpose of this video itself. I hope it was useful for you. And it is not that difficult. We'll have to be conscious about these 5 points. And better late than never, let us try to implement it so that our marriages and our families will become a role model for all. Thank you.